Liam was a man of soft edges. As an illustrator, he spent his days refining the curves of digital characters, but in his personal life, he had refined the art of disappearing. To Liam, the word yes wasn't just a response. It was a shield he used to protect himself from the discomfort of conflict. One Tuesday, the sun filtered through the blinds of Liam's small studio. He had a precious plan: to finish the final chapter of his personal graphic novel, a project that had been gathering dust for months. He had even bought his favorite coffee, imagining the quiet hours ahead. But by 10 a.m. the erosion began. "Liam, could you take a look at this report?" a colleague asked. Liam felt the familiar tightening in his chest. He looked at his own deadline, then back at his colleague's hopeful face. "Sure, no problem," Liam heard himself say. His own voice sounded like a stranger's. By 5 p.m. he was exhausted, his creative energy drained by a dozen small tasks that weren't his. As he walked home, he clung to one last hope: the evening. When he entered the apartment, Clara was already dressed to go out. "Liam." "Perfect timing," she said, beaming. "The Martins invited us to that new rooftop place. We need to leave in 20 minutes. Liam stood in the hallway, his coat still on. A wave of nausea hit him. "Clara, I really wanted to work on my book tonight." Clara didn't even look up from her phone. "Oh, you can do that tomorrow. It would be so rude to cancel now." Liam looked at his dark drawing tablet in the corner. He felt like a ghost in his own home. He wanted to scream that his time mattered too. Instead, he felt the familiar collapse of his spine. "Okay," he whispered. "Let me just change." At dinner, Liam was a masterpiece of performance. He laughed and nodded, but inside he was mourning. He realized that by never saying no to Clara, he was constantly saying no to himself. He was becoming a shadow shaped entirely by the needs of others. The next evening, the cycle repeated. Liam was preparing for a major client meeting. Clara came in, holding her laptop. "Liam, honey, my mom's computer is acting up again. Can you fix it? She's really stressed." The room felt suddenly small. Liam looked at his notes, then at Clara. He saw the absolute certainty in her eyes that he would comply. "No," Liam said. The word was small, but it echoed like a gunshot. Clara froze. "What?" Liam's heart was hammering against his ribs. "No, Clara. Can't. I have a meeting tomorrow and I need this time. I need you to respect that." The silence that followed was suffocating. Clara didn't scream. She just stared with cold, hurt confusion. "I didn't realize helping my family was such a burden," she said, walking out and closing the bedroom door with a sharp click. Liam sat in the silence. He expected to feel powerful, but he felt terrible. A massive wave of guilt crashed over him. His mind raced. "Go apologize. You're being selfish. She's going to leave you." He stood up to go to her, to take it back and make the tension go away. But he stopped. He forced himself to sit back down. He realized that the discomfort he felt wasn't wrong. It was the growing pains of a boundary. The next morning the tension was thick. Clara's "good morning" was like ice. Every fiber of Liam's being wanted to crack a joke or offer a peace treaty just to end the coldness. But he stayed in the discomfort. He realized that setting a boundary wasn't just about saying no. It was about enduring the reaction to that no. A week passed. The relationship didn't fix itself overnight. There were imbalanced days, cold shoulders, and awkward silences. But Liam stayed calm. The next time Clara had a last-minute request, Liam said no again, his voice trembling much less this time. Surprisingly, as Liam changed, Clara began to change too. Once she realized Liam wasn't a universal yes anymore, she began to ask differently. She started to see where Liam ended and where she began. On a rainy Thursday, Liam finally finished the hardest scene of his book. Clara walked into the studio with 2 cups of coffee. She didn't interrupt. She waited at the edge of his desk. "Is it finished?" she asked, genuinely curious. It is, Liam said. He realized that the line he had drawn wasn't a wall to keep Clara out, but a foundation to keep himself alive. And only by surviving could he truly love someone. He smiled, and for the first time the room felt exactly the right size. Not a millimeter less, not a millimeter more.